Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Another video for you guys to help heal your eczema. Now this is the go-to channel to help eczema warriors get rid of inflammation, itch, and the uncomfortable skin. And today's video, I'm gonna give you guys quick tips on how to reduce inflammation and the itch. So if you wanna learn about some of the tips you can start including today, then make sure you watch the video until the very end. Now, before we get started in today's video, I wanna remind you guys to come and follow my Instagram at juliachien.ca. This is where I post regularly on tips on how to manage your skin through nutrition, stress, mindset, talk about TSW as well. I'm also on stories all the time and I share a lot of tips on there as well as IG Lives and IGTV. So if you aren't following me already and you want tips on a regular basis, then make sure you follow me on Instagram. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. Now the first quick tip I have to reduce inflammation and itch is to avoid processed foods. This includes sugar, deep fried foods, foods that are cooked with poor quality oil, you definitely want to avoid. You also want to avoid common triggers, including gluten and dairy, and I talk a lot about other allergens to avoid in this video right here, so be sure to check it out if you want more information about that. Now, other processed foods you want to avoid are poor quality oils. So try to avoid cooking with canola and soybean oil, as well as safflower, because these oils are generally highly processed and contains a lot of chemicals. Typically, you want to go for the more natural oils that are not as processed, such as extra virgin olive oil or avocado oil. One quick way to know how to avoid processed foods is try to buy things from the grocery store that doesn't come in a package. Anything that is packaged usually has some kind of preservatives or chemicals. If you can focus on more fresh things like vegetables and fruit, good quality meats like grass-fed meat, then those are your best options for reducing inflammation and the itch. If you want to buy chips and processed foods and desserts and things like that, those are the ones that can actually cause an eczema flare. Of course, having it once in a while is definitely okay. I'm not trying to make your life miserable by not being able to enjoy yourself once in a while. But remember that everything has to be done in moderation. And if you notice that your skin is more aggravated or more itchy or more red, then take a look at what you've been eating over the past few days and see if you've been focusing less on whole foods and more on processed foods, because that can definitely affect your skin. If you're choosing snacks, you want to make sure you know how to read ingredients, making sure the ingredients isn't super long like this. The longer the ingredient list, then the more chemicals and the more preservatives in there. And you want to focus on ingredient lists that look like this. A lot more simple, more wholesome ingredients, and it's a good thing because a lot of these ingredients are also organic. And the next quick tip I have to help reduce the inflammation and the itch is to eat a very colorful diet. What your meals should look like should always be very colorful. For example, for breakfast, try and include very colorful fruits. Blueberries are a good example. It contains a pigment called anthocyanin, which provides a lot of antioxidants. So you can definitely add some blueberries into your breakfast, whether that's an oatmeal, cereal, or even in a smoothie. For your lunch and dinner meals, you want to focus on at least a minimum of 2 vegetables per meal. And between the 2 vegetables, one of them being a dark leafy green color, the other may be yellow, red, or purple, for example. You can have spinach, kale, dandelion greens, or collard greens for your dark leafy choice. You can have yellow peppers, red peppers, even purple cabbage to provide the other color. So when you look at your plate, you want it to be super colorful, lots of different colors in there, and aim to eat the colors of the rainbow if you can. All vegetables and fruits have their own nutrients, and the more color, the more nutrient dense. It's also important to rotate your meals every few days so you aren't eating the same thing. When you're trying to reduce inflammation and the itch, it's important that you get all the nutrients that you can get from food, and you can do that by eating different vegetables and different fruits every few days rather than eating the same thing for the entire week. And the next quick tip that I have for you to reduce the inflammation and the itch is to practice mindful eating. Now, how many of you guys rush when you're eating? Whether that's eating within 5 minutes or not chewing your food well, or just trying to scarf down your food before you head to work. I can admit some days I have done that, and when I do that, I notice myself a lot more bloated and a lot more gassy. Now, the reason why practicing mindful eating is important because it can actually affect your digestion. There is a relationship between your digestion and your skin health. And so if you're eating really fast and not chewing your food very well, it's gonna be really hard for your stomach or your gut to digest the food and actually use the food as nutrients for the body. Your stomach also does not have teeth, so it actually cannot mechanically break down any of the food that you eat, which is why chewing your food is very important, because that is where it gets broken down. So if you're someone who often rushes during their meal or doesn't actually take their full lunch break, I would highly encourage you to practice mindful eating, take your time with your meal, chew at least 20 to 30 times per bite into applesauce consistency, and try to limit all distractions while you're eating. Don't eat when you're working, don't eat when you're watching TV, and also don't eat when you're trying to scroll through TikTok, because that's gonna affect your digestion, and we definitely don't want that. And the next quick tip that I have for reducing inflammation and the itch is to learn how to manage your stress well. We live in a very stressful lifestyle, dealing with kids and family and work and relationships, and it can really get out of control sometimes, and that will actually affect your skin. There's a huge connection between your gut and your brain. They actually communicate with each other on a daily basis. So it's really important you learn how to manage stress. If you have any kind of mental or physical stress, then it's going to affect your gut health as well. Now, when you're stressed out, your body is in fight or flight mode. So it's actually in a mode where it's trying to manage the stress and it's trying to prevent anything that can cause the body harm. Now, when you are in fight or flight mode, your digestion actually turns off during this time, which is why some people, when they're under stress, they develop a lot of bloating, constipation, even diarrhea. And so if you're someone who has those symptoms and you're a really stressed out person, then try your best to manage your stress. You can do this by meditation, taking deep breaths. Something I like to do is to actually journal. I find that journaling and writing down my emotions in my journal every single day actually makes me feel a lot better. It makes me feel not so negative all the time, and it's just a way for me to really express my feelings and my emotions that I'm feeling that particular day. Without learning how to manage your stress well, your skin is eventually going to flare up, and I would hate for you guys to deal with a stress flare, because typically a stress flare is a lot harder to heal compared to a flare from a food that you ate, for example. So make sure you guys are incorporating some self-care on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever it works for you. Just actually finding time to do that is going to help tremendously with your skin. And the next quick tip I have to help reduce the inflammation and the itch is to aim to sleep better. Sleeping before 11 o'clock is really crucial for your body during the healing phase. And the reason is after 11 o'clock, your organs such as your liver and your digestive system are working really hard to heal the body, cleanse and detoxify your body naturally. If you're someone who is sleeping very late, 2 or 3 o'clock, and you're a night owl, then you're actually slowing down the healing process and not allowing your body to detoxify naturally, because it happens mostly overnight. If you can aim to get to bed by 10 o'clock and fall asleep by 11, that is the ideal time for healing, and then sleeping, of course, 8 hours through the night without disruptions as well. Now, if you're someone who works shift work and you're not able to sleep during the nighttime, then obviously try and get lots of rest during the day and take naps if you need to. However, what I will say though, usually people who work shift work and they're trying to heal their eczema, it tends to take longer and it's a little bit more challenging. And that's because a lot of the healing is done overnight. And so if you can't sleep overnight, then that unfortunately is the downside of working shift work. So make sure you guys set a habit in sleeping early. Make sure you have a proper nighttime routine, whether that's taking a bath, drinking a tea, or reading a book before bed. Anything that's going to help you have a good night's sleep, do it. All right guys, so at this point in the video, I shared with you guys the quick tips on how to reduce inflammation and the itch. Just to give you guys an entire recap of what we talked about today, the very first tip that I shared for reducing inflammation and the itch is to avoid processed foods. Try to go to the grocery store and purchase foods that are more fresh, and avoid anything that comes in a package. If you're choosing foods that come in a package, make sure you know how to read ingredient labels and avoid some of the common allergens as well as other unnecessary added ingredients. The next tip that I have for you is to eat a colorful diet. Try and aim for colors of the rainbow and include lots of fruits and vegetables for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and aim to have 2 different vegetables at each meal. The third tip that I have for you is mindful eating, making sure that you chew your food very well, take your time eating, and limit any distractions during your meal. The next tip that I had for you is to manage your stress well. Stress is a big contributor for eczema. There's a relationship between your stress and your digestive system. So learning to manage your stress well is definitely going to heal your eczema. And the final tip that I have for you to reduce the inflammation and the itch is to sleep better. Sleep earlier, try to go to bed before 11 o'clock, and aim for a good night's sleep by having a proper nighttime routine. If you found this video helpful, be sure to comment below and also follow me on Instagram at juliachien.ca because like I said, I post regularly on my Instagram to give you guys really good information on how to heal your skin. And as always, be sure to check out my 2 other videos right here where I share other tips and recommendations for healing your eczema as well as TSW. Thanks everyone for watching today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.